I think about it. I think about if I could sound like anybody as a piano player, who would I choose? And it's a big question, but definitely one of those people is Cory Henry, without a doubt. So I've transcribed him quite a bit, and so today we're going to look at 4 harmony moves that I've transcribed from Cory Henry in an attempt to learn from him. We'll talk about the theory of it a little bit, and I'll show you where you can apply it. And 3 of the 4 I got from actually one single transcription that I did of the song Stand. I forgot to mention that Cory Henry reshared this transcription over on Instagram. He reposted it when I shared it to my story, which was really cool and unexpected, and I had to share it. By Donna McClurkin that he covered. And it's on my YouTube Shorts channel, so you can hear him applied there too. But on the other side of the break, we'll do a little example of those harmony moves, and then we'll talk about it. All right, welcome to tutorial time. Let's get going. Tutorial time, tutorial time. It's tutorial time with all my friends. It's the only time of year. Oh, oh. Tutorial time is brought to you by one of the biggest companies in the world. All right, so move number 1 looks like this. You're on a C minor chord, and we're going to, with the left hand, just go 3, 2, 1. I'm talking like degrees of the chord here. 3, 2, 1. With the right hand, we're going to do these skips in B flat major pentatonic. Looks like that. And if you can, flick into that first one, like that. Why B flat major pentatonic? Because if you have like a minor 9 sound, that major pentatonic built on the flat 7 is kind of like your go-to scale. It's like one of the best sounding scales over that chord, in my opinion. So kind of outlining more of a minor 9 sound. So that's it. So anytime you encounter a C minor, you can do that. Because of the relative nature of major and minor chords, you can also do that anytime you encounter a E flat major. So E flat major, that works perfectly fine. I did an extension of this move as well in the example, where instead of this, I started up here and I did skips in E flat major pentatonic before dropping down to that shape. So here's the extension with the right hand. And that's an extrapolation on his idea that he didn't necessarily do in the video, but that I, thought worked. So this is with the left hand. Let's do 5, 3, 2, 1. And you can combine them, and then that's all just one chord. So if you're wanting to try to get movement, this is kind of the way to do it, as opposed to like you could do this, which this is appropriate sometimes, and that sounds great. Or, right, you can get some movement, and you can do that harmonically however fits, however fits in the song. But it's just some options for movement. So that's move number 1. Oh, let's go on to move number 2 while we're here. Why not? Move number two. What is move number two? What am I going to call move number two? Oh yeah. Okay, let's move on to move number two. Move number two, I got from the Lingus solo, the famous Lingus solo, and it looks like this. This is over a B flat major chord. So what's going on here? Well, I'll explain it and then we'll talk about the theory a little bit. So B flat major. So you're on a B flat major chord. Here you just take the triad, second inversion. Here you just move the root up a half step. So this comes from diminished. We'll talk about that in a minute, but this is like a diminished shape. And then this is just a rootless voicing B flat major seventh. So you've got the major seventh, the third, the 13, the 9, and the 5th. So that's a pretty common voicing for a rootless like B flat major 7. So this is the one that's really weird. What's going on here? Well, the way I think about it, comes from this scale right here. So I'll play this, which is you call it the B flat diminished scale. The half whole diminished scale, if you like. So that's a diminished sound. So this triad lives right in that scale. That note lives right in that scale. And then that just resolves. So that's like a B diminished. I know it's not a B flat diminished, but it's kind of like the sound is like B flat diminished resolving to itself, which is not an uncommon sound if you have it like. You'll hear that in older songs especially. So it's basically an extrapolation of that idea of B flat diminished resolving to itself. That's at least how I think about that move. So anytime you see a B flat diminished, move the root up a half step, and then you've got the triad, and resolve to that stack of fourths. That's 7th, 3rd, 13th, 9th, and 5th. So you can that was the move on C. Here's the move on F. This is the move on E, which I'm slower at, I think. Yeah, there it was. This is the move on A. All right, so just take it everywhere. Now, you can also do this on every single minor, relative minor. So like G minor, you could go. C minor, you could go. What would it be? Yeah, you go. So experiment with it, but that's what's going on there. It's a nice move. It's almost like sneakily way out there, but in a way it doesn't really sound like it because of the way it resolves. All right, let's talk about the next move, which is this. And I'll play it the way I heard Cory do it first time I heard him do it. So that is just a dominant to tonic. You're an F, C, triad, this shape, flick into the top, back down, and then just these two notes. So he was on that song Stand, and he actually changed keys. I can't remember what chord he came from. Something like that. I don't really remember, but he was an A flat, and then he got to F like that. So the theory here is pretty simple. It's just dominant to tonic and a nice melody. And that's cool on a one chord especially. This is great. You can also do this to minor. Right? So now I've just resolved my third instead of the major third to the minor third. Otherwise, the move is exactly the same. Now, what's cool about this is relative major and minor relationship again. So that's a good takeaway from this video. Maybe is all your relative majors can have the same move as your minor chords and vice versa. So here's what it sounds like. So I did that on D minor like this. I can do that same exact right hand thing when I'm on F, right? And that sounds a little less majory and resolved, but it's still on a major chord. It sounds fine. So in the song, I think I did it on a minor chord on the example. I think I went. So that's C minor. But you could do it on when I get to B flat here. And then here when we get back to G minor, I could do it again. And it was the same thing I did when I was on B flat. Right? So check that out. That's a super useful concept. All right, last move. This one is kind of based on a similar concept that I haven't actually talked about in the video yet, I'm realizing. But I'll show you the move and then we'll talk about it. So the move, the way I played it in the video is this. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, let's back up just one step and we'll talk about this shape right here. This is may look like, it might sound like an out there shape, but in Barry Harris's 6th diminished scale, this is a diatonic shape. So this sharp 5 here, it wants to resolve up or down in the same way that the 7th, the 2nd, and the 4th want to resolve, right? You just add in that note, the sharp 5. So this major 7 sharp 5 shape is really common in Barry Harris's thing, and you'll hear stuff like that, and you'll hear people use it all the time, just the way they use a major 7 and a 9th and all that stuff. So Cory Henry's basically doing that, except for he's playing a melody here that actually would contain a note that is not in Barry Harris's scale. And that would be, in relation to B flat, would be the sharp 4. So where's that coming from? Well, let me show you the move first so I don't actually forget that. So root, sharp 5, 9th. Here you're going to have 7th, 3rd, sharp 4, sharp 5, 7th. You'll notice this is just a D major with the 2nd added, right? And the way he resolves it is letting go of this and just resolving this down. So your ear hears and when you go to this C, take this up a half step with the left hand. So that's the move. Okay, so back to where this E is coming from. That's coming from a different scale. At least this is how I think about it theoretically. It doesn't really matter, but because it sounds great. But it comes from this G melodic minor, which looks like that. And so the third chord, the 7th chord in that scale would be B flat, major 7, sharp 5. And so that's also in Barry Harris's scale, but Barry's 4 is this. Melodic minor 4 is that. So Cory's just treating this as the major 7 chord. That's the 3rd scale degree of G melodic minor, the major 7 sharp 5 chord. So that's how you get that melody. And it basically is that Barry Harris concept, but just extrapolate it just a little bit to give you a melody. So take that around. You can do that. Do it anywhere. Right? And then this would be G. So that's the basic idea. That's kind of one of those moves that sounds pretty out there, but actually integrates really well into into songs with a major 7 chord. So yeah, was that all of them? I think so. Okay, so there's some moves for you. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Go ahead and do all the stuff. I don't know if you like the channel. And yeah, I guess we'll just see you guys next time. Leave a comment if you have a question, and peace.